You know, as a rancher and as a Westerner, I was a Republican for many, many years.
So I'm from a really, really Republican place. I was born and raised in Prescott. They call it the cradle of conservatism.
I basically have been a lifelong Republican. From the time I was young, everybody was Republican in my family, and I'm tied to that just kind of emotionally.
I was born and raised in California by a very conservative father.
I'm ex-military, ex-Green Beret.
I was a registered Republican for 30 years.
I actually campaigned for Nixon in '72, several months before I was old enough to vote.
Folks around me, folks like me, we were all Republicans. But what's going on now is something very different.
I intend to switch to the Democratic Party now. The Republican Party, as I knew it, from the Reagan days and so forth, just doesn't exist. As far as I'm concerned, we have to have a Democratic president out of this.
It was not an easy decision for me to leave the Republican Party, and from the time I made that decision, I have stood up strong for the Democratic Party. Are they perfect? Hell no.
I mean, it's Arizona after all. What should we be doing? We should be the solar energy capital of the world. It's Republican leaders who have really tried to stop Arizona from becoming a leader in solar energy, and they've done that by cozying up to utilities, and that's frankly one of the reasons I became a Democrat.
The problems that we face in this country, issues about climate, issues about the border, are too big for individual Arizonans to solve. They're going to have to be problems that are going to be solved by the intervention of government.
The rhetoric that are coming out about the border and the violence and the invasion, we are not experiencing any of those things.
I think people in the rest of America think that we're inundated with illegals and it's just dangerous, like their life, and it isn't at all.
Never had a single issue with anyone that's ever come here or from another country.
President Trump's approach of government through tweet based on an emotional reaction is terrible for business. What a business person needs is predictability, consistency. Not long ago, the president said, by tweet, I'm closing the Mexican border.
There's billions and billions of dollars of merchandise going south and north. You've got the factories, the maquiladora industry on the Mexican side. You've got the Ford Motor Company. You've got the produce industry. We depend on our neighbors. We depend on them a lot, just like they depend on us.
And for the president to threaten to shop that business by a 5-word comment on a social media platform is crazy.
This is the first time where I thought my changing party for my personal vote would really make a difference. I still believe in the fiscal responsibility part, and for some reason the Republican Party has just absolutely left me behind. I mean, it's not even a concept anymore.
As a rancher and as a grandfather, I see myself as a steward of the land and as a custodian for the land for my grandkids. This administration has taken the stick your head in the sand approach to climate change, to global warming.
Look around. Look at what's happening at the legislature. Who is it that's fighting for clean energy? Who is it that's fighting for education? Who is it that's fighting for health care? It's the Democratic Party down at the legislature. And it's the Republicans right now in the legislature and in the governor's office that are fighting against all those things that we care about.
I intend to switch to the Democratic Party.
I'm picking the Democratic side.
I am today a proud Arizona Democrat, and I plan on being for an awfully long time.